The Tenet Agendus is a corpus hammer and shield weapon, whose heavy attacks launch energy discs. You can get the Tenet Agendus from Ergo Glast for 40 corrupted holokys. Since the holokys are a bit annoying to grind, it's worth waiting on the right elemental bonus, which changes every week. The Tenet Agendus has innate electric damage, which will combine with the elemental bonus, except impact, magnetic and radiation. The elemental bonus will combine with unpaired elemental mods on the weapon, unless there is already a matching elemental mod combined into a matching secondary element, in which case it will combine with that one. So if you have a heat bonus, it will combine into radioactive damage. If you then put a toxin mod on the weapon, it will combine with the heat, not electric, and you will get gas and electric. To make it simple, magnetic is best if you're looking to proc status effects for condition overload. Radioactive and toxin are also good choices. Do not get impact or heat. I have a 39.8% heat Agendus, which isn't optimal, but I'm satisfied with how well viral plus radioactive works, for now. Also, I haven't had issues with void storms until I had to farm another 40 corrupted holokys because the first Agendus I got had impact damage, and I'm sick of them. I tend to use my primary weapon or abilities to prime for condition overload anyway. In addition to the bonus elemental damage, the Tenet Agendus deals impact and electric damage. It has a high critical and status chance, with an average critical multiplier. It has no innate slash or puncture damage, and below average attack speed. Heavy attacks launch energy projectiles that travel up to 40 meters, similar in appearance to the projectiles from the Akka Plasmor. The projectiles damage scales with equipped mods, including Condition Overload, and the Combo Counter. They also have linear damage falloff from 100 to 50% at the distance of 20 meters. The Tenet Agendus counts as a sword and shield weapon, as such there are two stances that fit its polarity, 11th Storm and Final Harbinger. Usually, I'd say to use the faster one or the one that you like better, but in this case the difference in stances is significant. Final Harbinger is not only faster, but it has higher damage multipliers and more importantly, if you're fighting armored targets, forced/procs. Since the Agendus doesn't deal slash damage, this is the only way to get slash procs with this weapon. Except for the stance polarity, the Tenet Agendus has no innate polarities, but it goes up to rank 40 after 5 formas have been applied. As always, I have a couple of different builds to demonstrate. First, a critical build with heat and corrosive damage. I've found that the Agendus works better with a lot of attack speed, so I have both Berserker and Quickening. You could also use Arcane Strike, Warcry or another frame ability that increases attack speed, and replace Quickening with more critical damage. I also have Amalgam Organ Shatter, in case I want to use the heavy attack. For higher levels, I recommend using the Condition Overload build with Weeping Wounds. I have Radiation and Viral on it and it has been working nicely against Steel Path Grenier. You could replace Quickening with more critical chance or damage. And I have a special build for the heavy attack. I still have Condition Overload since the projectile benefits from it. I would also recommend using it with a primer weapon. The heavy attack is stronger if you build it up to Combo Counter 12, so I'd rather suggest using it occasionally with one of the other builds. But there is also a slight bug, that I have also noticed with the Tenet Gregory, where it becomes impossible to hit enemies for a few seconds after a heavy attack. I'm hoping it gets patched soon. The Tenet Agendus is a good weapon because of its high base damage, elemental damage bonus and the forced slash procs from Final Harbinger. Out of the Tenet Melee weapons, this one might be the one most worth getting, but I'm not really a huge fan of sword and shield weapons.
I delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy me more time.